Hello? ちょっと待って。あれ Ew, why can't I hear myself? Oh my god. Hello, oh my god, why is there no BGM? What happened to the BGM? Wait, I'm sure I have a BGM. Why is the BGM not here? Come. Hello. Is this the BGM? Hello? Can I hear it? Hello? I can't hear it. I don't know what it sounds like. Yo. I don't know what the BGM sounds like. Wait. How is the BGM? Is it good? Why won't it? I don't understand. OBS now. It's different. Back in my day, bro. I don't understand OBS anymore. I'm going insane. Where is the advanced properties where I can like hear them or something? I don't know what to press. Is it properties? It's not properties. I'll tell you that. Is it this one? Oh, there it is. Okay, so monitor off and then monitor on. How come I can't hear it? Great shit. What do you mean? What is that? What do you mean by that? Okay, wait. Settings. Maybe it's like output. Maybe audio. Maybe my audio. Oh, there it is. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, speakers is Oh, I can hear it now. Oh my gosh. Wait, this is the BGM that I had for like leaving. Wait, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I guess I am leaving. Hello, by the way. Did you notice anything different about me? Sorry. Hello. Why is everyone saying goodbye already? We haven't talked yet. Hello? Hello. Oh my gosh, happy Maid Day. I'm totally not late. Oh my gosh, my chat's broken. What is happening? Why are you doing this to me? Bro, everything is breaking. Even my keyboard is breaking. I was playing competitive Valorant with Johnny Sis earlier. And my keyboard died in the middle of the game. And I panicked and I had to borrow Brogu's keyboard. Everything was a mess. Oh my gosh, I'm just going so insane. I've had so much coffee today. Hello. Let me greet everybody. Liziantha, Anxiety, Joe, Ketu, Alden. Thank you, by the way, Alden. I got the massage yesterday. It was really, really good because for a while I couldn't find the time to get the massage because I was so busy. And then I started becoming like an old woman because it would hurt when I would bend over. When I would bend down to pick something up or something, my hips or something, my lower back started hurting, and I'm like, I need that massage already. And it was very helpful. Thank you so much. I was dying. I had my period too. It was crazy. And then we were doing classes because oh, the BGM's loud. Dang it, why must I do this? Sorry, I was gonna 3D today because of the thumbnail, but then is the BGM still on? Hello? Hi? Should I up my mic? I don't want to up my mic, I think. Hello. Wah! Oh man, even if I scream, ah! It doesn't go to red. Dang, I'm good. I'm kidding. I literally Hello, I was looking at the I was looking at the mic audio on OBS, like the you know, and then it's staying at yellow, which is what they want. All the audio people are like, oh, add all these like filters so that you know, like you have to monitor the up and down of your audio in OBS and see if it stays yellow, then that's a good thing. You know, we're not peaking our mic. Let's go, Joe. Skincare is very important. Once I got Depresso Espresso and stopped my skincare for a while, like nightly skincare, I got lazy and just like did like cleanser, you know, that like cleanser like Eskinol or something. It's not Eskinol, not sponsored by the way. I should stop dropping brand names. It wasn't Eskinol, but like Garnier. I should stop dropping brand names, but like it was like cleanser, so I would just do that and go to bed. And then I was like, oh no, my skin quality, I can see it actively dropping. And then I had to lock in again with my skincare. You really can see the difference. Back then I was scared to do skincare because I heard horror stories of people being like, I did skincare and did the wrong skincare, and I literally ruined my face. Oh my gosh! Ayo, 12 months! It's a year! Happy member chirp anniversary! Here's to 1 year of Mega Hiatus, unfortunately. Hey, it's not completely... it's not completely hiatus. It's just a week, guys. I say that, but I literally, like, if I'm gone for, like, I don't know, 2 days, I'm like, they've forgotten all about me! I miss them! Or whatever it is that I feel. I don't even know. Caw! Wait, I haven't finished greeting everyone. Hello, Julia! Your headset's broken. Did I say hi to Anxiety already? Hi, Nimby! Hello, Tapping! Hello, so happy to see you! Are you here to see me off? East Bay, hello. Tatsu! Dirt Dog! Have a nice time off. Thank you. Lex! Can't believe Mega's sleeping forever. Ooh. Oh, you're at work right now. Just to sure. Mega hasn't show up yet. Never mind. Yeah. Run. Maid outfit. Yeah, maid good. Hello, Thomas. Hello. This is a really cute outfit, right? I'm so happy because I've talked about this before. But please make more assets for us not as well endowed ladies. I keep like I'm subscribed to a certain digital shop subscribed. I don't know what the term is, but I follow them, and so I get notified when they put a new item on their shop. And every time I get excited and it's like a big booba lady or like naked lady or something, or like, oh, underwear, and I'm like, please. So I'm really happy about this one because it's just normally cute. It's just like very cute. I wanted to join in on the maid stuff, but everything was like very booba forward, and I'm like, sad. I do actually have a booba forward maid outfit because I was delusional. I was like, it's not that big, and then I was like very drawn in by the pink, and I got it, and I was like, oh no, it's too big booba for me. I will look ridiculous. I look ridiculous. Scuff as always. I'm so sad. I think there's like a problem with my connection with my keyboard, and I'm trying to use this like thing they have where I can upload like a GIF or something to the C screen on the thing, and it's not working because I think the connection is not secure. I think that's what happened. That's why I died earlier. I'm not sure. I don't know what's wrong with it. I've been troubleshooting it. Sorry I'm late, by the way. I was trying. My keyboard was like literally dying, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? What happened? You just suddenly died on me. And it's not because of Valorant, okay? It just was a coincidence that I was playing Valorant, okay? Late May Day outfit. I'm not late. What are you talking about? It's still May Day. What are you talking about? Is it May Day? It's still a May Day. Skincare actually helps a lot. It does. I visibly saw the difference. I was like, dang, this skincare stuff is real. Just cleanser. I thought cleanser was like for cleaning, right? Like cleaning all the gunk off your face. I thought that's what it's for. That's why I just did cleanser, and then I went to bed. I don't know, like that. I went to bed. Another thing they said to do is like constantly change your pillowcase because your face is on it, right? So it's like really good to keep changing it, or put a towel on it or something, so you don't have to keep changing it. I want attention, but not enough to pay $2, bro. Literally, I'm giving attention to all of you. What are you talking about? Cleanser cause damage. I just use soap to wash your face. Cleanser cause damage. Really? Wait, actually. Wait, I found some asset. You might look dumb and cute. What does that mean? I guys so far avoided the booflation. What are you talking about? What do you mean booflation? Bubba. Free is free. There's a dangerous mega out there locked in a safe forever, cursed to never see the light of day. There, I did use it like once, I think, and I never used it again. I still have it. Use a BHA based cleanser, then hyaluronic acid retinol. I'm scared to use retinol. I did try and watch a lot of like tutorials once I started doing skincare, but I'm scared to do like retinol because they said it's a bit abrasive, so you have to start small, but yada yada. But then I'm scared. But I do have like the cleanser plus, I forgot what it's called. It's like toner. Yes, my routine is double cleanser, 1 oil cleanser. That's only at nighttime though. Oil cleanser, because it helps get rid of like makeup and sunscreen, whatnot. So like at night it's oil cleanser plus just water, like normal cleanser that you wash off with water or whatever, to also get rid of the oily cleanser. And then I use toner and then moisturizer, and that's it. And then for morning it's just basically the same, but I don't double cleanse, and I add sunscreen. Sunscreen is so important. I learned that every single time I'm watching like skincare tutorial, how to do skincare. And every time they're like, don't forget your sunscreen, and they're shaking you by the shoulders. Sunscreen, and it's like, okay, I'll buy sunscreen. I used to never put on sunscreen, like ever. I mean, I didn't do skincare, but also I just never did sunscreen. I'm like, I'll take the heat, sure. But I didn't know how important it was, because like it can also help you develop, not help, but like it can cause you to develop like melasma or something, where like some parts of your face is like dark or something, like dark spots, I guess. I never knew what it meant, but that's what develops. Hello squared. Hello squaredy. Hello Mok Mok. Oh my gosh, imagine getting slapped by Megu. I never slapped anyone. What are you talking about? I've never slapped anyone in my life. Hello Bogdan. Hello. Sorry. On that note, I forgot to mention, it slipped my mind earlier when someone was like, "Oh, I want attention from Megu, but I don't want to pay $2." On that same vein, Joe, sorry, this isn't meant to call you out or anything, but like Joe sent a message in our like Discord and was like, "Oh my gosh, look at this Burb Cafe," and then they were like, "Oh, I just never went in, even though I really like Burb. I just went to like a nearby pancakes place." And I got so worried. Because like Joe like donos and stuff, you know, and like I was and and it was like I didn't go in, and I was so concerned. My heart was like breaking. I was like, wait, did he not go in because he doesn't have a budget for it? I'm relieved that that was not the case, but just to like a soft reminder. This isn't like a scolding or anything. This is just like a reminder to please do not dono if it means compromising anything for yourself. Okay, like if you're like, I'm gonna dono to Megu and then I want to eat pancake but I cannot eat pancake, oh no, please do not do that. Please do not do that. Please put yourself first. You know, this whole thing of like, oh, streamer noticed me, I give money, it's okay, we're small enough, I do my best to notice, I'm sorry if I missed you or something. Also, you need to treat yourself first before you treat others, blah blah blah, same thing, blah blah blah. But yes, it will literally break my heart if you like don't know and then you're like, I have to eat ice soup now or something because I don't know. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. I'm not remotely financially challenged. And yeah, but for a moment I was like, oh no, oh no, what happened? You know, it's not a scolding, please don't misunderstand. I'm just really concerned about you guys because we know how the internet works and how this whole streamer thing or favorite content creator or something works, where it's like, you know, sometimes you like get carried away and you're like, oh, I really wanna like throw money at them or something. I don't know how it works. Like mentally, I don't know, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I can't afford things for myself because I'm throwing money at them. Do not fall to the trap. Do not fall to the trap. It's okay, guys, it's okay, we can just chill around here, okay? Not Joe, she's definitely scolding Joe. I'm not scolding, I just like for a moment my heart dropped to my stomach when Joe was like, I found this really cool cafe in Osaka, and then they're like, oh, I didn't go in, I had to go to a nearby pancake place because this place is so expensive. And I'm like, I mean, like, treat yourself, you know, once in a while. You know, life's gotta be worth living. You gotta treat yourself once in a while. Early in a work meeting, hope you have a good day. Thank you. Yeah. UV is your base's biggest enemy. Yeah, I learned that stuff. I learned that the hard way. I gotta, like, every single time I'm watching like a video, it's like sunscreen. They'll mention a bunch of things, and then but like there's like variations, but sunscreen is and moisturizer are like the mainstays, you know. But yeah, Joe got mild scolded. I am not scolding. I'm just a soft reminder, you know, things can get a little like excitement, hype, whatever, or whatnot, and it's just like, yeah, I will be like very heartbroken and very concerned and very anxious if that were to happen, where you're like, Megu, I don't know, or like I see you donating and then you're in Discord being like, I wanted to go in but I can't. Oh my gosh. Y'all probably wouldn't know, but I'm super good with my money, budget, investment, and so forth. I'm good. Yeah, I think you mentioned like you budget stuff and whatnot. Just a reminder. I know. I trust you all. I trust you all. But yeah, your health comes first before streaming. Gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I've been so absent lately because kawaii. Hi Mega. Hi chat. Hi my chat. Hello. Yeah, I've been so busy lately. I mean, I was always busy, but then I got even more busy, guys. I'm attending classes now, part of the week. Then I get home and I have to work, and then VTube stuff. I haven't edited any shorts. I haven't contributed any VTubing. I like yesterday, for example, Monday, I got home so late, and I was like public transportation is always kind of like you know, but like yesterday was so bad. The driver of the freaking bus, it wasn't a jeepney, it was a modern bus, thank goodness, but also it was because of that we were like standing ovation. I was like standing ovation. Yesterday was the day that I got a massage, and I think it got like deducted points because after I got a massage I had to ride a bus home, and the bus like was standing ovation, right? So what that means is like there's chairs and then there's like just standing up and then holding on to the railing or whatever. Usually that's fine, right? That's that itself is like bearable, used to it. There's, you know, even being like, oh, jeepney, and then you like hang on to like the back of the jeepney like outside the jeepney. But it was especially like dizzying because like I literally I literally got on and it was already tight, and I was like, it'll probably thin out because every time we stop at a bus stop or something, they're gonna get down. No, it was the opposite. This freaking bus driver, I mean, you gotta make a living. I know, everything's inflation. But I was, as a passenger, I was dying, bro. I wore heels. I don't know why. I think I was in a hurry and I was like, screw socks. I'm putting on these sandals. I'll be sitting in the class anyway. Wrong choice. But I was wearing heels and it was really hot. It was really hot. If you don't know, it's really hot in the Philippines right now. I mean, like, it's always been hot, but it's like really, really hot lately. And he kept at every bus stop, like one person would get out or no one would get out, and then he'd add like 2 to 3 or 4 people, and I literally am just like, ah! I'm like dying. I'm like, so, and then he'd like drive around and I'd have to like, you know, like he'd be fast too, and so there's like whiplash and centrifugal force, and I'm standing in my heels packed like sardines, being like, what? I just want to go home. And I got home and I freaking got knocked out. I got no energy to like, also I think partially it was also because of the massage, I think, where I was like, oh, I'm ready to go to bed, I'm ready to sleep, I'm so relaxed. And then I got hit with the bus experience. Heels and walking sounds like a terrible experience. Yeah, I'm gonna gross you out, but I was sweating, right? The soles of my feet was sweating, and my sandals are like tattered. So like, you know, with like sandals, the sides of them are like, they hold on. They're kind of like on the verge of like getting cut or something. You know how like when you're wearing slippers and then sometimes the strap comes off? It's kind of basically like that, but it hasn't come off, okay? So like my slippery sweaty feet are just sliding around the heels. So like my heel would like, I don't know how to say it in English, and I the word that's coming to my mind is our dialect slash language, which is also not Tagalog, but like it would like kind of like go sideways. You know how when you're like wearing heels and then you kind of trip because like it slides? That's what was happening. Slippery, sweaty feet is wild. But that was happening, so it was like a nightmare experience. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you know, that's how you tell a story. You know, it's boring if I'm just like, it was fine. Okay, but Meg is a good person. I mean, I try to be. It always scares me when people label you a good person, because I feel like nowadays when you're on the internet and you're labeled as a good person, you're like kind of pressured to be like a saint. Where it's like, ah, she made a mistake, ah, she's terrible, she was faking this whole time, she was faking as a good person. I'm like, ah, it's so scary. Sorry, I have so much pent up like energy right now. I'm like so excited to talk to you. I've been like so tired, and I'm like, I want to stream, but I have no energy to stream. I'm like literally dying. I'm like, oh my god, guys, like every day, well, not every day, like every time I go to class, it's like non-stop like discussions, and it's like intensive. I mean, it's not they did call it intensive for a reason, but like it's like so intense, and we're having exams and it's crazy. And then today I just got more exams as homework. They're like, answer it at home so that by the time you come back to class we can discuss your exam. And it's like 200 items and I'm like I'm like going crazy. It's okay, we're okay. I always admire VTubers who are able to at least try and balance studies and VTubing. Should be. I am balancing VTubing studies and also work, because I actually already graduated college. I'm doing like optional studying, I suppose, optional classes for an important exam. I don't know if it's okay for me to say it, but I did mention it in membership. But like, it's an important exam in regards to my career, and it's a very major exam. So a lot of people will go to like kind of like summer class or something like that, so that they can prepare for it, because it's a really big deal. There's like troublesome requirements, I suppose I would call them, and then you know yeah. And so it's not really like class. Sorry if I misled you. But I mean, to be fair, I did do this since college, so I guess that's still true, where I balance studying VTubing. I don't know, VTubing is like my beloved. So I really like doing it. I actually like, I don't know if I mean, I guess I still put effort in my studies, but like I feel like I was way too more into VTubing. Like I in college, like I'd stay up late already when you're like college, like you don't get a lot of sleep, and I added more more lack of sleepness to it by VTubing. And then whenever I'd get scolded and be like, you need to get sleep, I'd be like, well, I stay up for studying, I can stay up for VTubing too, okay? And that was bad. Giving me Manila memories. How is it the bus driver's fault? Aren't those lines given to them and they're just doing their job? Wait, what? What do you mean lines? You're also a Filipino? Yeah, I'm Filipino, bro. I have been finding lots of fellow hell divers streaming. Definitely take care of yourself. Thank you. Wait, what does that mean? What do you mean lots of hell divers streaming? Why? What's wrong with hell divers? The fashion must go first before comfort. Today I wore the shoes. Yeah. I was so tempted to just like get a like motor, you know, like motorcycle. Cause like it's cheaper than a taxi, but also it's still more expensive than a bus. And I was like, I really could use like just going home, but then I kept thinking about it, and then I was like, nah. I was like, nah, bruh. Truth, no, college to electric boogaloo. Okay, good luck still. Thank you so much. The exam is for entry Hololive PH. I am establishing Hololive PH. I'm never getting into Hololive now because I'm joking about this. Prep school. Yeah, oh yeah, I guess that's what it's called in English, like prep school, I suppose. And it is intense. Like, it is actually so intense. Like, we're doing exams, and then we discuss the things that happened in the exams, and then we have lessons, and today we even extended. We did like 100-item exam. Like we checked our answers and then explained it, kind of like, why do you think this answer is the case, blah blah blah. We did it in like 20 minutes. I am not joking. Okay, 30 minutes actually. 30. That's why we extended. It was supposed to end at like 5 or something, and then it got extended because the professor was like, we might as well finish it, guys. We might as well finish. I thought they were joking. They were like, okay guys, there was like 20 minutes left till we leave, and then and then he was like, okay guys, since I guess we took longer on X subject, we're gonna go to Y subject and we're gonna speed run this, okay? And we're like, haha, you're so funny, there's 20 minutes left, it's 100 items, you won't do that. He did it still. And then he would like flash PowerPoint presentations, and then we'd have to take a picture of it. So I'd literally be like writing down the answers and the explanations to the answers in my paper, and then like switch to my phone, and then everyone was like standing, pulling their phones out. It was like it was like crazy. It was like it was like writing my hand like just cramping, being like, because I'm like clutching the freaking like pencil. Be like and then everyone would like take their phones out and just like and it was crazy. But yeah, and then I have to like do self-reviews. I'm like so going crazy. The temperature here is fire. Do you have any show that you regret watching? I don't think I do, because like I don't know. I actually don't know. Managed democracy. I don't know, man. I just think we are currently in hell right now, given that all this is happening to our country. It's so hot. It's so hot. Among other things, it's so hot. But yeah, for shows, I don't really know. I don't really know about shows. Good luck with the break. Wait, I think I already read that. Thank you. I don't miss school at all. Sorry, I keep jumping. I'm thinking and then I see a message and then I'm like, oh, let me answer that. Wait, no. I was answering a question. I don't know about movies. I can't think of a movie I regret watching. Because I don't think I've seen a movie that bad. And even if a movie is that bad, I feel like usually I'm like, haha, that was so bad. It's so funny that it's so bad. You know what I mean? I don't think I've watched a movie and then being like, I wasted my life. That's hours I can't get back. I don't think I've seen a movie like that. In the first place, I'm low-key kinda picky about movies. So I don't think I watch just anything. You know. Hello, Thinker! How goes the stream? It's going great. It's going great. Actually, why did I say that? I feel great. I'm finally talking to everyone and I'm having fun. So it's going great. Now I remember, thanks to Mega's description, cram school is very fitting. Yeah. Yeah, cram school, like just cram and then like in the middle of the review the professor's like, why didn't you guys get this? Aren't you guys reading the books? Like they're saying like, don't just rely on the summarized stuff. You gotta read the book, the actual books, okay? And we're like, we're like, yeah, I'm doing that. I will. I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay? Catching up from Mega's cram school. Anxiety. Hello. Speaking of movies, one I want to watch is Project Hail Mary. I recommend it. It's pretty good, all things considered. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen like a bad Ryan Gosling movie, question mark? I don't think I've seen all his movies, but I think that every movie I've watched of his is, like where he is in it, is like pretty good. Pretty good to stellar, you know? I liked Project Hail Mary. It's a bit slow and then it gets better. I won't spoil anything. But it made me cry. But also I cry at everything. So I don't know. Rogue was literally like, are you crying again? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Have you seen the trailers of Project Hail Mary and do you know about the general gist of it? About The Rock? If you spoil, I'm unsubscribing. No. All I say is like, go ahead and watch it because it's pretty good in my opinion. I cried. Whoever did the voice of one of the characters did a really good job because it made them very endearing, you know? I just laugh at bad movies. Exactly. I feel like for the most part I'm like pretty chill about those stuff where I'm well I'm like taking that back in the middle of me saying I'm pretty chill, and then I remember all the times that I literally got scolded because I got so emotionally invested in a movie. I started yelling at the TV, yelling at the characters, and the comeback I would always get is like, shh, Megu, calm down, it's just a movie. You know, Megu, the director told them to do that, otherwise there wouldn't be a movie. I'd be like, that's so dumb! Why would you do that? Now you're gonna die! or something like that. Why you got them killed or something like that. And they were like, Meg, calm down. The director wanted this. Otherwise, this is called a plot. The movie needs a plot, Meg. The characters are doing this, so there's a plot. And I'm like, Johnny, wait, Johnny says hello. Oh my gosh, I feel so embarrassed about the incident of our Valo stream. My keyboard just yeeted itself out of existence. I don't know why that happened. I had to restart the PC and unplug and plug it in and stuff, and then it started working again. I still don't know what was wrong. Maybe it's a connection problem, but right now it's pretty fun. Project Hail Mary is cool. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a very touching movie. You know? I should have learned this already. Gordon Ramsay, but in teacher form, in professor form. This is wrong. Did I get back to work? Nobby, yes, Nobby. Project Hail Mary is cool. Am I still your favorite JP egg tuber? No. Yeah, no, don't work, Daddy sis. Just get paid. You get paid the same. I'm a bad influence. Johnny's is literally messaging. I'm very grateful, by the way. Please keep doing it. Please don't stop doing it. I get really sad when people like invite me to things and then I have to say no, and then they just stop inviting me because I'm always gonna say no anyways, and I'm like, no, you don't know that. Maybe I'll be free. I'd be like, oh no, I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm like especially busy these past few weeks. Like, it's crazy. I was like still in the middle of class because we extended to, and Johnny's sister's like, Megu sis, you wanna have fun to follow? And I'm like, oh, no, I want to so bad, and I'm still in class. I was like, what if I get home right now, speedrun getting home. I will invite every chance I get. Yeah. 1 week break means you can lock in on Valorant. So actually I won't be streaming for 1 week, and spoiler alert, I'm going on a little bit of a break. Gosh, just thinking about this week is exciting but also exhausting. Because I have Mondays and Tuesdays is like my not free days. I mean, I'm not free all weekdays, but I am now especially busy on Monday, Tuesdays because of the classes. And the thing is that my friends are coming to visit. And so I will be hanging out with them. I will be coming to visit me, and we'll be hanging out. And so I won't be able to stream because we'll be hanging out, and it'll be so exciting. But also I dread Monday. I'll be hanging out. I won't have Carl hangout. Yeah. I keep telling them to come visit me, and then they always can you hear Brogu? He's like yelling at his PC. I'm kind of excited actually. We hung out on call and like planned the itinerary, and it's very packed. And so I don't know how if I'm gonna survive, because that's why I've been busy low-key, because I've been trying to finish everything so that I can have free time when they come over. So I've been trying to finish all my deadlines. And so I've been dying, bro. And I kept moving. I was gonna stream on Mother's Day because it's also Maid Day, and this is what I was gonna wear. And someone mentioned like it would be really crazy if you streamed and then your thumbnail said like, I'm gonna leave just like your mom. It's like Mother's Day. And I was like, oh right. A lot of my viewers will probably be hanging out with their family, huh? Their mom goos. Well, not mom goo, but like their moms. I'll move the stream. And thank goodness, because I think I got home that day and I was like so tired. And I just didn't have the energy. I don't think I was like, oh man. And I was feeling sentimental. I was like, be like, oh, I want to be with mom. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna stream. You guys hang out with your moms until midnight or something. 1 week break, each can log in on Valorant. Favorite drinks, soda, tea, etc. Coca-Cola. I think nothing can be Coca-Cola. Low key. I don't think like if I had to only drink one drink, I think it would be Coca-Cola actually. Hello, wrong scent. She's taking a break because she hates us. What have you guys become? You've become like Stormy. I only started that. I'm a Mountain Dew guy. I used to love Mountain Dew, but I think my love for Mountain Dew, guys, when I was in college and I discovered that the shop near us like sold Mountain Dew, I was like, ugh, I had to hold myself back from buying Mountain Dew every single day. I'm like, I'm gonna get hospitalized if I keep doing this. But literally, I used to love Mountain Dew, but I think lately my love for Mountain Dew has waned because of a lot of experiences of like Mountain Dew not having enough carbonation. It's just like a sweet syrup, you know? So I think that kind of affected my view, but I used to be a Mountain Trader! Trader! No! It's just so hard to find Mountain Dew nowadays. And even like a lot of it was like, oh man, it's just like bad now. Friend Gu. Speaking of Brogo, mentioned it to him 2 days na lang till she drops. I think he showed me a picture of that. He's like, what do you think of her? I think I want her. But yeah, I'm like, I was so tired, but I was like, I'm so excited. So excited for them to come over already. I literally was like sending gifs of like counting down, being like, it's gonna happen soon. And I'm like, can I have mochi donut? Karo's like, we'll do our best, Megu. We can't promise anything, but we'll do our best. Because I don't have mochi donut here. I want mochi donut so bad. But it's like so hard to find. Hi, Chaotic. Hello. Hello there. Where's my phone? I think the mochi countdown begins. I don't know if it's actually going to like happen yet. I don't want to pressure them and be like, where's my mochi? Please, mochi donut. Because I think like, you know, they're gonna have to like catch a flight. You know, all that stress about buying something before like, you know, when you're prepping for travel. Love Gucci donut. Gucci donut? I mean, it's basically kind of similar. Gucci is also kind of like chewy, you know. I love Buchi. I used to be addicted to them, but I think that has waned too. I feel like a lot of the time I'll like latch onto a certain thing, and then I'll eat nothing but that, and then I'll be like, okay, now I'm sick of it. How do you pronounce Jif? It's Jif. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I have been converted, not willingly. But I literally used to say GIF. I used to say GIF. And then I remember someone like literally drilling into my head being like, Megu, the creators of GIF say GIF, okay? And then I kept saying, okay, it's GIF, okay, it's GIF. And then now I say GIF now. I used to say GIF. Yeah, graphical. A graphical. GIF talaga. The creators are wrong. I like rose tea. I don't think I've ever had rose tea. To be honest, I don't know how I feel about like floral drinks. I do like tea though. But I only select few. Not my Oshi anymore. Ew! Why is everyone bashing me? GIF pa rin talaga. The creators are wrong. Imagine being a GIF sayer. This is so confusing. Manim GIF. I love that so much. Manim GIF. I used to quote that all the time, and in like in a random context. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense, and I'll randomly say like, how'd you know my mom left? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So nice to see you. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're. Do you have a stream today, or are you just here to visit? Say it wrong out of spite. Jif. And the people who made Uno said you can't stack plastic. What? That is ridiculous. That takes the fun out of the game. Bashing you because he said it wrong. Sorry, that was my first chat. Kimchi. Oh my gosh, this is like everyone Mofutari Megumi and her chat lived in harmony until Kimchi attacked with Jif. So how do you pronounce Jif? So how do you pronounce GIF? Huh? Bomb. Oh, should I not say that on YouTube? They'll never catch me. I'm small enough. They don't see me. I'm tiny enough in YouTube context, not in height. I'm tall. Say it like Jeep. Yeah, jeepney. Hey, G can sound like G, right? Geography, Gina. I can't think of anything else besides geography. Geographical. Germany. German. Megan-chan, just lurking. Oh, okay. Enjoy your like. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm sorry about your mom. I'll be your new mom. How about I be your new mom? Actually, no, I don't think I can care for you. I think that I would be a bad mother. I think that you would not live. I think I'll be your mom. I can't do it, guys. I'm not built for this kind of confident flirting. I'll be your mommy. I can't even say it. I can't do it. I'd be a terrible mother. I think I'd be terrible. Someone clip it. Does Sushi can't approve of Sherry's mother? I don't think Sushi approves much of my behavior, to be honest. But he's a good boy. You know how crazy it is? Like, I'm so proud that Sushi is a good boy. Whenever we have to take him somewhere and then someone like strikes up a conversation with me, their comment is always like, oh my gosh, your cat is like so well behaved. And I'm like, that's right. I have the bestest boy ever. Yeah, that's right. Best cat in the universe. Totally not biased. Objectively correct. Facts. Factual. Best boy. In my arms now. Someone clip it. But he's so well behaved. He's like so nice, you know? Even when he's scared, he doesn't like attack. Though that is not really indicative of bad behavior because like that's just how it is, you know? But like I'm just saying, like Sushi is very like he's not aggressive, question mark. Cute random biting of angles, but that's like love bites, okay? You know, I used to be like, confession, I used to be scared of cats because like I would see people online like chat about how my cute little baby wubby and look at my arms, and there's like scratch marks everywhere and it's just like scars everywhere because their cat like was like scratching their arms. I'm like, is that just how cats are? I was very ignorant at the time. Bad, Nick, bad. But like I was so scared. I was like, what? You're gonna have a pet cat and it like just attacks you? And it's like, now that I'm a cat owner, I understand. They're actually very affectionate. They just are very different from dogs in that they value their personal space. Okay? They value their personal space. They want to be respected. They're like, have boundaries. And, you know, they don't attack for no reason. There's always gotta be like a reason behind it, you know? Now I know. But in base form, they are very affectionate, actually. You just gotta like respect their boundaries, you know? They're like, I tell you when to cuddle, peasant. Mommy Mega, we won't reach out of... What? We won't reach out of the egg phase? This... Cute. They be doing that. But they're adorable even when they claw your face open. Yeah, literally, I'm that now. I'm them now. I understand now. It's because, how can you be mad? They didn't do it on purpose. You know, it's kind of like when you drop a plate and then you get scolded for dropping a plate and they're like, oh my gosh, the plate. And then it's like, I didn't mean to drop the plate. You know? And then it's just like, same with the cats, where it's like, they didn't mean to scratch you. I've been scratched so many times with Sushi now. I'm not even phased. He'll scratch me and I'm like, ow, Sushi. And he just like slow blinks at you and everything's okay. Like, why? Or like they'll bite you and I'm like, Sushi. And while our dog keeps barking at me randomly, she keeps forgetting how I look like. It's like those toddlers where it's like their dad shaves a mustache and they're like, who are you? Wait a minute. Who are you? I saw those videos in my timeline where it's like this kid is like excitedly trying to show her dad. She's like, oh my gosh, dad! We're not daddy. Literally, he just shaved off his mustache and she's like, what are you doing here, stranger? What are you doing in my house? Literally your dog. I used to be designated medicator of people hating cats at shelter. I volunteered at. Aww, that's so sad. Low-key though, cats like people who don't like them. Not in like I'm gonna not like, I think it's because they can sense the cat hater and they're like, you're the one I like. Because I think they I think that they interpret it as like, you respect my space, you're waiting for me to come to you, I shall come to you, I shall reward your respect of my space. Meanwhile, people who like cats, they're like, they can't help themselves sometimes. We can't help ourselves sometimes. We're like, I want a pet, cuddle and kiss you and blah, blah, blah. Literally me with Sushi be like, time to pay your rent, snuggle snuggle, kiss kiss kiss, hug hug hug. And he's just like, I've accepted my fate. Sometimes he'll do the thing where he respectfully stop. Where he's like, pause, he's like, no. Just stretch out his paws, being like, no, stop it, please. Remember being updated with the manga? Happy it got an anime? Ooh, yeah, I've seen Witch Atelier everywhere. There was this meme of like, Coco, what did you write there, Coco? What did you write? And then it's like, did you put your name in there? I'm the fire. Literally just like yelling. Why is Megu hands? I'm not handsless. Can't you see? Can't you see that? Is that not a hand? Can you? Okay. I'm like doing a move. Let me move myself. Actually, let's do this. Here. See that? That's a hand. Look at that. Here's another hand. Here's another hand. Those are hands. You know, I'm being demure. I'm being very demure, very mindful. Dead meme. Megu quoting a dead meme from 50 billion years ago. The saga. The cat distribution system. Exactly. It's like the cat distribution system where it's literally like, I didn't mean to have a cat, and now they have a cat. The dad who didn't want the pet. I didn't want no dog. I don't want no cat. Megu quoting a dead meme. Boomer goo. I am not boomer. I just can't keep up with you kids. I just can't keep up with you kids. Freaking having a new meme that lasts for like 3 days, new trends. That's why sometimes I just like start questioning myself. I like enjoy VTubing so much, but there's so much of it that's just like crazy to me. I guess not just VTubing, but like content creation in general. It's like very grindy mindset of like hamster wheel behavior. Hamster on hamster wheel behavior. Where it's literally like, you better get this trend, and it ends in 2 hours. Do it now, or you're late. You're uncool now. And then it's like people. Excuse me. I remember people when K-pop Demon Hunters was so huge. 50 billion people. They released covers. Every single day there was a new person posting a cover, and the movie's only been out for like an hour. And it's like, how did you guys learn the song, record your vocals, and have someone mix it in like the span of like a day? How? I'll like spend weeks learning a song and then even more time just kind of re-recording, because every time I'm like, this sucks. I'm not sending this to the mixer. I'm gonna be spending money on a mixer, and then I'm gonna give them bad vocals. Not even like their magic is not infinite, you know. Megu. I'm like talking myself to the mirror. Time travelers, all of them. They're really like. That's what a boomer would say. I'm also feeling like a boomer now. Rokunana. Is this? Wait. Rokunana 67 6. Okay, I can't move around too much or it will reveal. 6 7. Oh my gosh, my head. 6 7 7. I can't be too wobbly or it will reveal the kinks in my armor. I'm subscribing. No, let me hatch first. Let me hatch and then judge if you will unsubscribe. I missed the 2000s meme lasting years. True, some memes are like eternal. Can I just say, I will say the eternal meme are vines, right? Like a lot of vines are like eternal meme material. They're like, look at all those chickens. And like, road work ahead. I sure hope it does. I have a friend who's a musician. He hates those movies because he keeps getting requests. What? I guess I do feel that. I do feel like some people, I mean, some performers, I think I've seen on like YouTube where this guy like performs with like whips. He like whips a lot. I don't know how to describe it. He like performs music with his whip. Both of them, both whips. And I remember like he got requests for so many like really like popular media that he started being like, I will do anything except, and then he like list off all the like commonly like all the popular songs or whatever. Probably mix our own songs. Even still, you need to do it yourself, so it's like still requires time, no? Auntie found the 6-7 meme. Salad, please. I am not auntie yet. Hello, fish. Hello. Sorry, Megu. Don't leave, anxiety. Don't leave. I never thought I'd say that about my anxiety, but don't leave. You need to make Megu. No, let me hatch. Let me hatch, bro. You're not gonna feel guilty when you open up that balloon, see me curled up on there. You're gonna eat me. You haven't even seen their final form. The what the dog doing vine always gets me. Wait, I don't know that vine. Vine memes, only a spoonful will forever live in my head. Only a spoonful. Wait, I don't know those ones. The ones I know is like if you don't buckle up and do your work, you're gonna end up at McDonald's. We're going to McDonald's if I don't do my work? No. You don't know what the dog doing? I have a vague memory. What the dog doing? What the dog doing? I can kind of hear it in that voice, but I don't remember the context of it. Imagine a vampire. You really are old? Excuse me? I wasn't here when Vine existed, question mark. I think I watched Vines from YouTube. Imagine a vampire who lived for thousands of years and just combines all the sayings he knows. TBH, Mega would probably taste like dodo anyway. Exactly, I taste terrible. I live a very unhealthy lifestyle. You don't want me in your side of you. You will get infected with salmonella or something. I probably have some sort of disease. Don't eat me. You really... Megu, did you hear about the... I'm trying to determine if that is a These Nuts joke. About the ma-anime These Nuts? No, that doesn't work. Okay. What is that? Ma-anime? What ma-anime? But those were popular. Which one? The dog doing? You weren't there, so you probably don't know how to use a device. That's crazy! She wasn't old, she's just way too young, still egg goo. You said, did you hear about the Ma anime? You have to say Ma, and I have to be like Ma, and then you be like ma balls. But you said Ma anime. You have to say Ma anime balls. Wait, that kind of sucks. Wait, what? Ma anime balls. Y'all make me feel old. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh. What is she going on about? Cool story, bro. I loathe that. I loathe that. I'm still like reeling. I have a short about it where I literally am like rambling. I'm like trying to make like a dumb joke. And I got hit with the cool story, bro. And I'm like, ah! Megus eats like a 7-year-old picky sibling, but it still somehow built like a pile of sticks. That's not true. That is untrue. I'm not picky. Trying to think of. I don't think I'm picky. I don't think I am. I just value food. I actually like food. Never. You're always the young and hip Joe. Yeah, Joe is just, you're just, I think, Joe, in the best way possible, just chronically offline. You know what I mean? You're just chronically offline, which is a good thing in this day and age. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you're chronically online nowadays, I'm really like starting to really vividly, like it kind of is in the back of my head, but really vividly, I'm starting to feel it, where it's like our attention spans are literally dying because of the shorts meta. I'm like, bring back the 3-hour essays, you know? The shorts meta is so insane because like literally the thought of like, oh, if you don't like, sometimes like you can't even wait for the video to load. If your short is like loading, you're like, okay, I'm swiping to the next short. I can't even give this short a chance. That's what this stream is for. This is gonna be a 3-hour yap stream. I have to wake up really early tomorrow. I have to wake up early tomorrow. I gotta prepare to receive my friendos because I have to be presentable. That's the word. Presentable in front of them. I gotta put on makeup. I gotta put on makeup, bro. 3 hours, easy. Essay? Ain't got time for that. No, it's good. I love like deep dives into movie or media. It scratches my brain so much. I'm so tired of like just, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm not meant to be a content. I'm like, I don't think I can make it a content creator, guys. Because like, I feel like a lot of the really successful content creators, they're either really early to the game and so have built their niche, like they've carved out their spot in the history of content creators. You know, they've got that piece of the pie. Or they're like deep dive commentary videos, question mark, where it's like, I don't know, like they have something to say. I feel like they're successful in their own right, where it's like, I feel like I'm not in any niche. I started really late. Another thing is like, I really like commentary videos, but then as I'm becoming more aware, I feel like I don't want to be that, because a lot of, I feel like, quote-unquote commentary videos, I'm not trying to jab at anyone, I don't want to start beef, but like, a lot of the time, I do watch them, but a lot of the time, or rather like recently, I feel like a lot of surge of commentary videos is just like, taking another person and then just like, kind of like, making fun of them. I don't want to say this because I don't want to start beef and I don't want to start like weird stuff, but I feel like I get this weird feeling of like, I don't want to do that, but that's like it, right? Like kind of like, I suppose I don't want to use this word, but like kind of like shallow, right? Because like they just comment on the surface level stuff on TikTok, or I don't know, and and kind of like be like, oh, this is so cringe or something like that. And I can't be the deep retrospective commentator either, which I do like. I do like that. A lot of my favorite videos are that, where it's like, there was one where it's like this person, Eloquiris, I think his name is, he did 3 videos and then vanished off the face of the earth. He did like 3 really deep, like very retrospective philosophical deep dives of like media, and then disappeared off the face of the earth. I recommend it if you like deep dives, you know, like critical essays about like Brave. Oh no, sorry. Of like movies or media. I recommend him. I recommend the video Brave is a Disappointment. And that sounds like a really negative title. Another thing about that is like, yeah, content creation, media, blah blah blah. I feel like negative titles get more traction. Right? Or negative stuff, which is like kind of just like tales all the time. Another thing is a video I would recommend is like Imitating Empathy, I believe the title of it is. It's a deep dive about Hunger Games and just how much like world building and commentary is inside this piece of media. And I wasn't that big of a Hunger Games fan because I did watch it when I was young and I didn't get all the context of it. But after watching that, I'm like, man, Hunger Games is insane. I might read the books, I don't know. I haven't read the books yet. There's a lack of introspection and profundity. Profoundness, you mean? Now even 20 minutes have been becoming hard. I don't blame them low-key. Because like editing a video myself, I'm like, oh god, this is like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's like taking so long. It's taking forever, right? So I guess like how... Like, unless you have the help of an editor, hours long of footage and then condensing it to still long videos is like torturous, actually. Actually. But yeah, I also don't think that I'm deep enough. Sometimes I'll be like, I feel this way, but I can't quite pinpoint why I feel this way. And that's crazy to me. Also, another thing that makes content creators, I believe, kind of successful is they provide you a look of the world or experience of something that is like not accessible to you. Like for example, like, oh, I'm gonna eat everything in Jollibee. I am going to buy 50 billion cereals and find out which ones is great. Or like, I'm gonna buy the worst rated 50 worst rated X and Y. I'm gonna travel to the world, basically. And meanwhile, I'm like, oh, you're poor? Me too! Same, bestie! That's right! And I guess that can be, I guess, of like, oh my gosh, I relate! Or something like that. I don't know. But I also am a VTuber, so I can't really like, I don't know, join me as I day in the life of a peasant. I don't know. Day in the life of a peasant. I'm not that bad, by the way. I'm exaggerating. I'm still very privileged. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying, like, day in the life of, like, someone. Join me in my jeepney ride. I think that's a song. It's a song, like, I forgot the tone. Yeah, like sumakay ka na sa jeepney. Da 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 da. It's like I know the song premise though. The premise of the song is that she has a crush on the jeepney. So she's like, oh, don't stop, because then we'll never see each other again, because he's just a random jeepney rider. How to Eat a Human Being, where it talks about cannibal. Wait, what? Speaking of good ones, the YouTube channel Horse has some good vids. I like Kurzig. It's so hard to pronounce, I'm so sorry. Battle Royale is better. How to Eat a Human Being, where it talks about cannibalism, the social, cultural, and historical aspects of it. Dang, that's crazy. I don't know. Does it have like gory aspects? Sorry, oh my gosh, why am I suddenly hiccuping? Yeah, I'm like 18 minutes into a pixel art animation. Lol, life do be lifing. Yeah, oh my gosh, 18 minutes? Let's go! Wait, 18 minutes as in like, it's an 18-minute pixel art animation? That is actually crazy. I wish you best of luck. Profundity is much more common in formal writing to describe intellectual depth, while profoundness is a less common alternative focus on intensity. Oh, okay, thank you. Dang, you learn something new every single day. Another thing is that, like, I am always low-key quite honest. It's not that I still get embarrassed though. Sometimes when I don't know the meaning of a word, I do feel embarrassed, but I also am just like, oh, am I using that word right? Because sometimes I feel like I read stuff. The way I learn English is very, very, like, weird. So I'll just randomly throw in, like, a deep word I read somewhere, but then I'll be like, wait, doubting myself, being like, did I use that word right? Did I use that word right? I always ask chat. Because I feel like, yeah, like, I think there was this thing of, like, people making fun of someone for, like, having to look up a lot of words while they're reading or something. And boo, did that work? I think so. I'm not hiccuping anymore, I think. But yeah, of like, I don't know why people always like to do that, where it's like, is it a crime to fail? I'm already embarrassed that I failed, or I'm embarrassed about, like, not knowing things. At least I'm trying to learn it instead of just like staying illiterate or something. I don't know. Eating spicy ramen ASMR is the one we're locking in on? What? That's why you got to watch Bucky. So like you learn how to eat invisible food. She has a crush on the driver, you mean, right? Not the vehicle itself. No, not the driver or the vehicle. Neither. It's like someone, if you're in a jeepney, there's like, I don't know, 20 people inside, maybe more probably. It's like a bus, but like question mark worse? Not like worse, but like not as fancy as a bus. And so there's a lot of you. No, I know what a jeepney. It's just another passenger. It's just another passenger. So that's why she doesn't want to like get off the jeepney, because then she'll lose her mystery guy. No gory aspects. Okay. Thank you. It's a good educational video. Loved how it taps on the different continental cultures. Dang. Do you speak Tagalog? Yes, but I'm a bit conscious about it, especially now that I'm Englishing. I'm speaking English and then you have to suddenly switch to like Tagalog. There's gonna be like some leftover accent. I already think I have an accent in Tagalog. I feel like when you're speaking in languages, like you have to like, I don't know how people can like just instantly switch and get the accent, because like now I'll be like coño. I'll be like coño if I speak in Tagalog. It's kind of like unconscious sometimes too, or it's like, I don't know, because like, to clarify, I have lived in the Philippines. I was born and raised here. I don't think I've even left the country. I mean, I don't think I've even traveled a lot within the Philippines, much less left the country. And so, but we do speak another language. The reason I'm not revealing it is I feel like I reveal a lot of my life because I'm TMI. And I feel like if I reveal what my language is, I'm scared that a person that knew me in the past will like lock in and say, is that Megu? And then like connect the dots, because even my birthday is like, I was a dummy and I thought that all the VTubers that had birthdays, they're like being truthful about it. That's their actual birthday. But turns out it's not. And now it's weird for me to be like, never mind, that's not my real birthday. That's just a fake birthday. It literally depends. Shake my head. Imagine not knowing every word ever. It's just that you said a girl had a crush on a jeepney. No, I'm sorry. That was bad phrasing. That was bad phrasing. I have to clarify. She had the crash on the vehicle itself. Casually mentioning what is it? Motorphilia? There's like a term for vehicleophilia, carphilia. I don't know. Or it's like you're attracted to vehicles or something. Fake Filipina Megumi equals rich city girl with California Valley girl accent. Exactly. That's why I'm like conscious about it, because I feel like because of the way I speak English, especially here in the Philippines, if you speak English, people make all sorts of assumptions about you. I guess even online. I guess that's what I'm talking about. Like, they either think you're like rich or you're smart or both. It's also like a thing with like media in the Philippines where it's like whenever we have like a telenovela or something, it's always like if it's a family of like rich and poor, like Maria Clara or something, it's like the poor quote-unquote family will be Tagalog, and then the rich family will be English. Like, they'll be so good at English, as if or sorry, not, that was a mean way of phrasing it, like as if like they only know how to speak English, etc. You know, like konyo is like a sign of like you're rich. But I literally am just like, I don't believe we were rich. I mean, like, I know that it's also a bad look because there are some rich people who are like, what? We're not rich. We just have 50 cars and like a mansion, but we literally like don't have any of those, right? I mean, I can vividly recall some things, but I don't want to bring the mood down, but I vividly recall a lot of experiences which were very indicative that we were not that. But a lot of people still misunderstood it at school when they would hear me like answering English blah 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 in class. They'd be like, oh my gosh, you're a rich kid, treat us or something like that, like treat us food or whatever. And I always have to be like, bruh, no, I'm not that kinda. I'm not that way. English equals rich, yeah. Especially with my quote-unquote NA accent, I suppose. But I don't believe we were that. I don't think we were like poverty-stricken either. But we definitely were not rich. We were like lower middle class, I think. I don't know. Please don't become a plane smasher. Literally, that reminds me of like a story of like when Brogu was a kid. When Brogu was a kid, he was asked like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he literally was like, oh, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. And everyone's like, oh, wow, you want to be a pilot? You want to travel the world? And he's like, no, I want to be a pilot and I want to crash my plane into a building. I want to just like drive my plane into multiple buildings. And everyone's just like, why would you do that? Bro, you don't have to worry about me becoming a plane crasher, plane smasher. Oh, mechanophilia. Thank you. Girl having a crush on a jeepney sounds like an Easter god. I reincarnated into another world and became a jeepney. And now I have a harem. If you didn't tell us your real birthday, we just assume it's not. I literally went around being like, that's my birthday, guys. Local dialect reveal at 100k subs. What if though? Isn't that kind of worse? Because if you're at 100k subs, there's more chance of you being discovered because you're quote unquote big. My first impression was Meg was a private school kind of kid because of English. Well, I was a private schooler in college because of a scholarship. Yes, because I got a scholarship to it, and the other choices my parents, mostly my dad, did not agree with, and this private school aligned with my course. Am I revealing too much again? But yes, I got a scholarship. It was one of those, if you're poor, you can get a scholarship. It was so much of a hassle because we had to go through like all those papers proving we are poor. We are indeed poor. It was like kind of like indigenous or something. Like you had to prove you were poor. Like those kinds. It was that kind of scholarship. It was pretty good, you know. It's pretty nice. You got to go into the. But literally because of that, like I met some like whoa, you know, like the true rich kid, the true rich kids, you know. But yeah, so I will say I feel uncomfortable being like, no, I've never been to private school. No, but when I was like in high school, yeah, I was in public school. Barely any tuition. The tuition was not a problemo because it was not that expensive. Girl having a crush on a jeepney. I've seen a couple of Filipino dramas. If you, I feel like Filipino dramas, they fall under like, I mean, I guess like majority of them fall under two categories, which is like intense dramatic melodrama, or actually three: intense quote-unquote unrealistic melodrama, like the Mondragons or something, like mafia. You see that clip of like everyone pulled out a gun. Everyone just like, and then they're pulling it out of the sofa, they're pulling it out of pillows, and they're like, and everyone's just pointing at each other. That was an actual scene. That wasn't edited. It was an actual scene. I don't remember which movie or series it was from. But yeah, like the dramatic telenovelas, and then there's like the melodramatic like tearjerker. I really like Seven Sundays. Low-key kind of relatable. Everything About Her, I think, was the one with Angel Oxin, where one of the characters, like Vilma, had like cancer and she was like this like self-made oldie woman, CEO, and she was estranged from her son because she was a businesswoman and all that, and like she got cancer, and Angel Oxin was the nurse that was in charge of her, and she didn't want anyone to know that she had cancer because she didn't want to be treated like a cancer patient. And then I vividly remember the scene of like her falling down, and then like, and she fell down because like, you know, she's sick, and then Angel Oxin had to tell her son that she had cancer because, you know, like it was unavoidable. And then the son like was like, oh ma, like come on, why did you tell me, blah blah blah. And she's like, you told him. She's like, sige, sabihin mo sa lahat, sabihin mo sa lahat na may cancer ako. Sumulat kayo ng memo, i-announce mo sa board na may cancer ako. She was so like being like, you know, tell everyone I have cancer, tell everyone, go ahead, tell the world I have cancer. She was like going crazy, not in a bad way. Going crazy feels like an insult. No, like she was like really, you know, she was like very vulnerable, you know. Let's not. Wait, what? What? Which one? Wait, what? One of my neighbors even surprised when I play some random comment in English. Rogo just been blacklisted from entering New York. Megu can be less ambitious and just drive a car and crash into a building instead. Happy birthdays to everyone hiding their birthdays. Yes, yes, yes. Megu is smarty pants. I don't think I am smart. I think I just am typical, I had nothing to do but study kind of kid. Cause I don't think I feel like I've met really truly smart people, and I just cannot compare. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like maybe big frog and small pond kind of feeling, where a lot of people genuinely are like smart. They're like going to Kumon and stuff like that, you know? They're like excelling in every single, like they've got their algebra and their calculus down. I remember struggling so much with like calculus and pre-calculus in high school. I was like, bro, how are they understanding this? I'm like barely understanding this stuff, and I've forgotten all about it now that I'm adult. All that knowledge, poof, gone from my head. If you told me to take a calculus test right now, I'd get 0. I'd get 0, bro. But yeah, I just studied a lot, basically, kind of like you know. It's like I just can't see myself as smart because I've met like real smart people. Kids who are like, oh, I didn't study for the test, gets 99. Their scores are overflowing. I don't know if this is correct or if I'm just delusional, but in public school... Hello, Fishy! In public school, I believe they have a system of like, kind of like adjusting your scores, right? Like for example, you get 89 for your final grade. We don't operate in A's and B's. It's like numbers. By the way, the highest we can get is like 99. Technically, I guess you could get 100, but like it's like it's like improbable. So like it's really like if someone has a 100 grade, like you'll have to really explain like, are you sure like every single thing they did was like perfect 100 perfect 100? So people just like stop at 99, I guess. But I think there's like the bell curve. Yeah, like the bell curve where it's like, oh, if you're 89, like we adjust it to like a higher grade. And like I remember like a lot of my classmates, like if you adjusted their scores, it would be like overflowing, and like there would be a joke of like, you spare us some of your grade, like all your extra points and you give it to us, like that kind of stuff, you know? So I don't think of myself as smart. I really can't think of myself as smart because I literally have met people who are just like actually smart. If you don't glaze yourself, you'll be plain a donut. That is such a good analogy. That's actually a genius analogy. That's crazy. That's so good. Oh yeah, classic Pinoy drama. Yeah. I actually do like them though. They make me cry. The I guess maybe it's because it's relatable, you know, like whenever I watch a Filipino movie or Filipino drama where it's like typically about family, you know? Has anyone here seen Seven Sundays? It was like crazy. Or like Five Sisters in a Wedding. That one was really good too, where it's like all the sisters had their... I don't know. I know the word in our dialect, but I don't know if this is Tagalog or not. I don't want to like say the word and then people clock me and are like, that's not Tagalog. That's not Tagalog. What are you talking about? Okay, wait. Tagalog. I don't trust Google. I don't trust Google. Guys, what do you call... yeah. Like, yung... No, it's not sama ng loob. Sama ng loob. so konyo. No, it's not sama ng loob. No, but like, it's like another word. It's like a different word. And I don't know, I don't want to say it because I might reveal myself. Konyo accent. This is why I don't speak Tagalog. Because people will make fun of me. They'll be like, oh my gosh. I get so conscious about getting labeled as rich kid, you know? Fake Pinoy. Because like I think it's the assumption of like I'm doing better than I actually am, ? Or like the assumption of like you're probably like don't know what it's like because you're just a rich kid or something, or like people assuming that I'm like rich kid, meanwhile my reality is like you know. I think like I don't know, I feel like if I was rich kid, would I be offended if I got called a rich kid? I think a lot of rich kids do get offended when they get called a rich kid, or feel awkward at the very least of like, no, I'm not a rich kid, we're just normal, we're normal. So me saying that doesn't really amount to anything because I could be one of those rich kids, you know, being like, I'm not rich, and then you see my mansion. My mansion, oh my gosh, I was a bad kid. Like my mom used to like, oh my gosh, is this okay? No, it's okay. They don't know this is me, do they? No, they don't know this is me. Like this sort of unlocked a core memory of like my mom was like just kind of like not really a freelancer, but she'd be kind of like ask to watch the stores of the actual like well-off families. You know what I mean? If I were to describe it, perhaps we're like one of those like dramas where it's like there's a main branch and then there's like a sub branch, and the main branch is like the rich, and then the sub branches just get scraps and are kind of like inferior to the main branch. I think that's how I would describe it. So I do have experiences with like those where it's like I remember my mom would be asked to wash their shops, and then she would sneak us in, not by choice. We would be the one begging because we'd get to like live it up, you know what I mean? Like we'd get to live in a nice house for a couple days. Sure, it was like the servants' quarters kind of room, not like their actual like bedrooms, but it's still better than our room, you know what I mean? So it's like me, I would, well, personally I can't speak for Rogue, but I would always kind of, I was a kid, okay, so I would always kind of get excited when my mom had to like watch for them, and then I would be like, please let us stay with you. She'd be like watching, she'd sleep over there, you know. So instead of, oh, good night anxiety, rest well, rest well, I hope you enjoyed the stream, good night. Yeah, tomorrow's still a weekday. but yeah, that's what I would feel. And I will confess, I have stolen food off their fridge. I'm sorry. I was like, I still feel some sort of guilt. Like I would open their fridge. I feel like such a brat. But I would like open their fridge, and if they had like anything that was like open, I would like get one or two, hoping they don't notice. Like if they had like some fancy chocolate or something, and I would open their fridge expectantly and be like, is there anything that's like open so that I can like kind of just like get some and like taste some, and then I don't even remember, I don't know how, but like I would always like do that. I don't think I even told my mom, or I would tell her, but like I would be like confessing, be like, by the way, Mom, I took some chocolate or something like that, and she'd be like, don't take any more. Don't take any more, you're gonna notice. They're gonna notice if like half the pack is gone. So we limit it like 1 or 2 things, you know. Gosh, I feel so guilty saying it. I feel like because like I'm putting my shoes, I guess, and like the people that are like asking my mom to like watch, and then they're like, how, like I feel like that's such a like I feel like I can see it play out where it's like, you know, the movie Parasite. That's how I feel. Where it's like the rich couple or whatever, the rich family, and they're like asking these like people to like watch, and then I'm like eating their food. I swear I didn't take much, just like 1 or 2, but it was mostly because I was scared to get noticed. Okay, the shame of my people. What do you mean the shame of your people? Parasite was like really good though, wasn't it? Stop right there, criminal scum. I know I was a kid. But literally, I still think about it to this day, putting myself in their shoes, you know, being like, I asked you to watch this place, and you brought your nasty, dingy, disgusting kid in my home, and she ate our food. I'm so sorry. Anyways, both classes of people in that movie are terrible. True, but that's the point of the movie, isn't it? Kind of like, I feel like that's the point of the movie. Is like, the movie's trying to say something deep. You know what I mean? But also, like, I really do, like, I don't know, I relate low-key to the low parts of the family. Because the low parts of the family where they're like, I don't know, like that feeling of like, is this bad to say, but like the feeling of like, you know, like you kind of see other people with excess, kind of, or like, oh, it must be so nice, like they're like, you know, and then like they come home to reality, right? Like they come home to reality, to their dingy house, and it's flooded, and they like, you know, they're I don't know how to articulate it like on the spot. But it, like, that whole sequence of like, I think like Parasite is such a genius movie actually, because it balances comedy and just sort of this like eerie, uncomfortable feeling of the movie, where it's like there's comedic parts of like comedic, dramatic, you think it's like a comedy drama something, where it's like you know, the comedy, quote unquote, is like the family is like putting up all these like elaborate scams, kind of like Ocean's 8 situation, where it's like they're putting up these elaborate plans and scams to be able to infiltrate the rich family. And then as the movie progresses, you realize it's something other than that. There's this eerie, unsettling, like that scene where the old housekeeper rings the door and she's just so casual about how her husband has been living under the noses of the rich family. She's just so casually like you know, yeah. Oh, sorry, spoiler. I mean, it's been out for a while, but sorry, I apologize. But like, it's a very good movie if you haven't seen it yet. Besides the thing that I spoiled. No, actually, that was like a very sorry. That was like a very pivotal point of the movie. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I was delusioned again that we were all aware of Parasite, the movie, but that was actually a pivotal scene where it like changed the whole vibe of the movie. From then on, it just was like a different movie. Movie ruined. No, have you not seen Parasite? I still recommend you watch it. I still recommend you watch it, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I feel like someone mentioned Parasite and then I was like, oh, we're talking about Parasite, and I just forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. By the way, Parasite the Maxim, it's a very good anime. I haven't seen that yet. I have seen it advertised, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll watch it, but yeah, I'm JK. I've watched it. No, but it's a good movie, right? This social commentary of how the rich family, they were kind of like, yeah, they were quote unquote nice because they could afford to be, question mark, kind of like that's like the commentary of like they could afford to be nice, you know, and then it slowly reveals like there's this like they live in a different world. There's this like small subtle things like how they talk about the people that work for them, which is the family that we're following as well, the other family, the quote-unquote Parasite family, where it's like they'll comment about, oh, like, you know, like he's good at like every, like, you know, he's good at driving, but he has this smell, like old man smell, you know what I mean? You know, those kinds of like kind of like, you know, subtle like digs, and like you know, her like the wife like kind of just like not saying anything, but like with her actions she's like covering her nose and being like, oh yeah, you're right, there's a smell, and just kind of like this feeling that I don't know how to describe it, of like, yeah, they're cordial and they're nice and they're generous, but then there's also this underlying like kind of like discrimination, you know, that kind of thing. And like even in the last scene where like they put up this wall and whatnot, and like the last scene where he's like, even when someone has been murdered, you know, he's like covering his nose and it just drives. I gotta go buy my okay, thank you for dropping by, fishy. Poor man smell, like sweat from hard work. Yeah, and like this like feeling of like how the family is like kind of like living it up because they've tricked they've wormed they've wormed their way into this like rich family's lives. But then that whole flood sequence, the whole flood sequence of like them kind of like getting a slap back to reality. They're living in the gutters literally, where they get flooded, they get fumigated by like chemicals, as if they're bugs, they're worth less than bugs. Those kinds of like, they don't have to say it out loud, they're showing us, they're making us feel something with all this, and it's actually so genius. Yeah, it's a sewage flood too, and their toilet is like doing that, and it's just like so and then the ending of he was like living under the house again, the father, you know, he retreated back into the like he was treated basically, yeah, like a parasite. I don't know how to describe it. I'm bad at words. I have to like sit down and actually like have retrospection. I have to learn that. Hello, Flavio! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hello, Flavio. But yeah. I thought the movie was like a live action versus action, and I watched it. It was alright. What? I feel like there was just so I felt something watching it. But I need to sit down with me and my thoughts, me, myself, and I, to like kind of like determine, or rather identify what feeling it was that I felt watching that, you know? Your first retrospective content. Yeah, I feel like with me, I feel like I feel like when you're having retrospective content, it's a bit vulnerable, right? Because you're like kind of revealing your inner workings or inner thoughts to someone. Bless you. So I'm not sure about that yet, where it's like I also don't know if I am a deep person and I have deep thoughts. Actually, I don't know if I'm a deep thought kind of person, because like people will like make these like video essays and I'm like, wow, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, wow, I never thought about it like that, you know? And so I'm usually a consumer. Hello there, Charlie. Bless you. Goodness, my brother is sneezing up a storm in here. But yeah. Speaking of deep thoughts, did you know I learned this in our review? But literally, wisdom, the definition, or like textbook definition, I suppose, of wisdom is actually different. Like you'd think like wisdom, it's kind of like, oh, you've like, you know a lot of stuff about life or something. But it actually, wisdom is like detached concern with life. It's still kind of the same vein of like, yeah, you've been through enough in life where you can treat it with less concern. Like you're not so like high strung about things that are happening in life, and you're like not, you don't have this like fear. Hello, big sis. Hello big sis. Hello, Celestial. Big sis. I think that's like the first time anyone's called me big sis. Ate. Ate. Speaking of deeper, oh my gosh, Joe was summoned with deeper. I felt so bad. You know that time when like Joe disappeared? In the back of my mind, I was thinking like, did Joe finally give up on deeper? Because I think the last message that Joe sent was like him, a gif of him crying in the corner. I have to be rehabilitated into like Brogu out. I have to be rehabilitated to saying gif again, but Like his last gif was like him crying in the corner, being like, no more, no Subnautica. And after that, he kind of like disappeared for like 2-3 days, and I was like, I wonder if Joe is just like crying in the corner IRL, being like, why does Megu hate Subnautica? I cannot stress to you like how nervous Subnautica makes me. It's so... Oh, thank you for subscribing, Kimchi! It's so like... How to say... It's too real. You know what I mean? Like, fear of ocean. You know? It's just like... And actually, it's worse than the ocean. Subnautica is a horror game for a reason. Exactly. Exactly. It is a horror game. Anyone who says otherwise, nuh-uh. 2 or 3 days does not disappear. To me, it is! To me, like... I feel like there's a reason people... Or, sorry, not people, but like content creators. I feel like there's a reason they have this mentality of like, we're nervous for even disappearing 2 to 3 days. Because, I don't know, it's just that kind of mentality in the sphere. I feel like a lot of people... I feel like I need to recontextualize myself, because I'm always like kind of thinking about in terms of like, oh, if I disappear for a while, if I don't pump out enough content, I'm not worthy. Truly, it is kind of like a privileged job to have. Not that it's my job, but I would like it to be. And I think that's the thing of like, since this is a privileged job and you're your own boss, a lot of content creators who are actually very passionate about this are kind of always thinking about, you know, kind of like paying it forward, question mark. Like, if I don't make content, what am I? Who am I? If that were to be too real, it would be unhealthy, but like, kind of like that, or jokingly, question mark. Where it's like, I need to pump it out, or else what am I? Because it still sticks with me, you know? It still sticks with me that a lot of people don't know how much work it takes to like create. Once again, I will say, like, if this is your full-time job, if this would be someone's full-time job, I think it truly is a privilege. But also maybe it's because I like it a lot. Oyasumi, Mai-chan! It also might be because I like it a lot and I like doing it a lot. But there's this like feeling of like, I guess there's burnout, or like this feeling of like your shelf life is kind of like very short, and so you have to like make it as soon as possible, you know, or else the window has passed. You have to go back to your boring job. Your boring 9 to 5. No, but like, it really is like there is no job. It's a job like no other. You know what I mean? There are still people. I remember there was this channel, and there was a really like intense event that happened to this channel, and they used to upload like a lot, actually. Like, they uploaded a lot, and then this intense event happened, and they made a post about it, being like, hey, you know, this intense event happened, sorry, we won't be as present. And then someone in the comments said, hey, understandable, take your time, it's okay if you don't pump out as much content as before. I'm okay with one video a week. Okay, that's already enough. I'm sitting here like, one video a week? One video, I feel like long form, takes months. One video takes months. What do you mean? Oh, it's okay for you to slow down, to not be as present. Just give me one video a week. And there are channels who can do that. And it's like crazy. And I'm sitting here like, I'm a one-man team. I can't compete with that. That kind of feeling of like, I've already talked about this, right? But I guess I can talk about it again. Because I do think about it a lot of like, there is this feeling of like, a lot of people don't really care about the work behind it. They just want results, you know? So if a lot of people actually like have said publicly a lot of people how to say, like, publicly have said like they watch corporate VTubers because you just get more content that way. It's more stable. There's not a lot of effort in your part, right? Versus when you're finding indie, you know, indies, they have a life. A lot of them have a life outside of VTubing. They can't hard commit to VTubing because it's not really a job that just like, you know, it's not VTubing or like content creation in general is not something that you can just work hard at and then it'll be rewarded. It's like a reality that only the 0.01% make it, and you could be the hardest worker ever. If the stars don't align, it may never happen for you. So it's not something where you can be like, I am going to work hard at VTubing. Yep. I'm gonna put everything in this basket. Not a lot of people have that kind of privilege, I suppose, you know? Me being one of them. And so, when someone is a fan of an indie, I suppose, especially since there's so plentiful of us, it's like kind of like a sea of freelancers and you don't know who to trust. You know, it's just more trustworthy. It's nobody's fault, and that's what's kind of frustrating about it, because it's nobody's fault. Of course, as a consumer, you want someone who can consistently give you content and just like kind of rewards your investment, you know? Where it's like, I really like this, I get a lot of them. You know, I get merch, I get concerts, I get all these collaborations, pop-up cafes, figurines. I can like really, really enjoy it. And there's stability, and there's just like, you know, it's kind of like there's trust. Where it's like, you're not gonna do something dumb because you're employed, you have managers, you have like this whole pipeline. It's great. There's no need for me to find something else when Live, all those other companies, they already give me a steady stream of like content, and there's this ecosystem of them being friends. It's kind of like, you know, content creation houses where it's like the same few people, they collab, you know, and it's like really good. So there's really no need for me to search somewhere else, because even if I have one Kami Oshi in this corporation and collab with a lot of girls in the company, and it's fun to see, it's nice, you know? And they also cannot do everything they want. Yes, that is correct. You know, since it's a job and you're employed now, then yeah, you can't really do whatever you want. But I think that that is a fair exchange. And once again, there always will be pros and cons, but I'm talking about like with the viewers end, like I guess they like it better, especially with the freelance side, the indie side. You know, since you run everything yourself, there's a lot of like, you know, drama. Like in a corporation, that kind of thing doesn't happen because they have PR or something, I guess. Like, you know, they're sat down, they're like, you can't say this, you can't do this. But a lot of like, you know, of course we're human, so we get emotional, you know, so there's a lot of like drama, and a lot of people don't like that, you know. And so I understand, I truly do. Sometimes I get exhausted. I go on Twitter, I just want to have fun, just want to chat with some cuties. And it's just bam bam, Google Doc, Google Doc, Google Doc. And I'm like, oh, my nosy ass opening that Google Doc, don't do it. Bro. And then I'm like, oh, you know. But yeah, indies have freedom, yes, definitely. That is the biggest lure to being indie. Fitty! Hello, Fitty! Hello, how are you? Oh my god, hi! It's been a while, dang. I don't know if they're doing nothing but content creation, but they're contractually obligated to do stuff on a regular basis. Well, yeah, a lot of full-time VTuber, well, full-time, is it okay to call them full-time if they have another job? But like, a lot of people who are hired by corporations also have like a second job. Yeah, that is also a thing. That is also something that is also can be true. Yeah. What you gain by going corporation? I'm sorry. I used to be someone who kept these things to myself, but I've grown more and more passionate about it, and I kind of just want to share my thoughts on it sometimes. In the internet, sometimes it's just better to not say your opinion sometimes, you know? It doesn't mean you don't have opinions, but sometimes, like, sharing an opinion can be distressing. And, you know, you don't have to prove yourself to anybody, basically. So, you know, you can share your opinions with friends, close families that know you as a person. But sometimes saying an opinion in public or, like, on the internet, typically, like, is just, like, exhausting. So I don't typically like to, like, open cans of worms like this. But in terms of VTubing, I don't think I'm saying anything crazy, but, like, I've talked about this before, too. But if you go with a corporation, of course there are downsides. Of course, because, like, if you're in a corporate setting, you already know. You already know it's very rare because, like, at the end of the day, money talks, you know what I mean? In a corporation, of course, they're not running a charity. They want those returns of investments, you know? They don't care about you, cog in the wheel. It's very rare to have like a humanistic approach when it comes to corporations. There's not a lot of corporations out there that have a humanistic approach, you know? But I'm just saying that in terms of corporations, there is a lot to gain. That's why a lot of people join corporations, because there's something to gain. There are a lot of downsides, I will admit. Also, I've never been a corporate VTuber. Never been a corporate VTuber. So I really can't speak on the inner mechanisms, but as someone who was like looked into it, you know, when you're when you're trying to apply for employment, you research about companies that you're applying for, you know. You gotta find out if you're fit for that kind of lifestyle. Gotta know the job description, the job responsibilities. So I did do a bunch of research. Just as an outsider looking in, this is just outsider perspective, okay? I don't know the inner workings. I'm sure there's really, really, like, so much that goes into it. But, like, I'm gonna speak about the pros. The cons is definitely, like, the lack of freedom in all sense of the word. Like, not only the games, but, like, things you can say sometimes. Like, you know, like, projects you want to do, etc., etc. But in terms of corporations, truly, there are some things that you cannot achieve if you don't sign with a corporation. With a corporation, what you have basically is a lot of it is intangible. A lot of the benefits is intangible, meaning it's not like outright cash, like, oh, I have some cash because you're employed now. That does come with it, but it is the connections and the stability, because there are a lot of people that you just, or like a lot of industry giants, for example, that you just can't reach as an independent VTuber. Sometimes even if you're super big, right? You know, like, there's, you know, corpo VTubers with, like, you know, like figurines, for example. That's very difficult for an independent VTuber to have. Another thing is, like, concerts, getting invited to, like, really exclusive events, you know, let's say, like, a VTuber versions of, like, Met Gala or something. Like, cafe corporations, huge, like, collabs, like, with perfume companies or watch companies or earbud companies, any sort of company, you know. Yeah, the built-in audience, and that's a big lure, where it's like people are kind of like waiting for that product. It's like subscribing to a brand, you know. That's a big plus if the company is the brand. If the brand or the company is trustworthy, you're more likely to consume new products they introduce, rather than some random stall you find and you don't know where that come from, how it was made, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's harder for someone to get invested in the first place if you can even find that stall, right? That's another thing of the built-in audience, of like the spotlight. That's a thing that a lot of independent VTubers fight for, you know. Gonna turn in for the night, Megu. Okay, Alden, thank you so much for dropping by. I'll see you soon? Question mark. When I get back. Have a good night. But yeah, it's like the spotlight where it's like you have a chance to showcase your talent on stage. And I'm not saying this that they like corporate VTubers, they're there for a reason. They've put in the time and the effort and they've got the chops for it. And you know, like even if you have a brand, if you get like pushed out, like, you know, if you're not good, that's not gonna be enough. So that's a testament to how truly amazing the people who get into those corporations. They were hired for a reason, because the company isn't just I do think that they do take into consideration your passion and whatnot, but that's not enough. You need to actually provide value for the company, because like I said before, like they're not running a charity. So the girls or the boys that are there are hired for a reason, definitely. But yeah, that's just one of the lures of like going corporation. One of the many lures, you know, artists, access to resources that otherwise would be impossible, or sorry, improbable. Never say never. Improbable to gain as an independent VTuber. But yeah, what were we talking about? How did I get here? How did I get here? But corpos are profits first. Yeah. But I will say, like, there's definitely this feeling of like you could be the exact same person as you were before or after you joined a corporation, and the success you gain would be absolutely astronomically different sometimes, because you gotta get eyes on you first. It's like you're an amazing product, but nobody can find you, kind of deal, you know? You could be the funniest person on earth. You could cure disease with laughter. That's how funny and amazing you are. And if no one can find you, if you're like you know, performing in some corner that is hard to find, it's gonna be hard to like get that out there, you know. But yeah, that's just the thing, right? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. No, but like that's why I feel like a lot of content creators just like you know, they don't have that same kind of pull where they can like disappear for a while and they could come back to like a community, because it's like just statistically proven basically that if you take a break or something, like it's gonna take a hit on you. Which is why like I was always like kind of like, I guess anxious is what I would say, because there's always like, that's what I mean of like, there are just so many people where it's just like they really won't give you a chance, you know. They really won't give you a chance, because like I don't blame them either, you know. As a consumer, you know, you gotta look out for yourself first, I guess, sometimes, you know. So it's like, why would you take a chance with some random nobody when I've got these girls here, these guys, they're amazing, they're doing great, like I don't need to look elsewhere, they're providing me with top tier stuff, you know. But yeah, that's just how it is, I suppose. Like I said before, where it's like that really made an impact on me, with like someone saying like, it's okay for you to upload 1 week video, and I'm here being like, I've been editing for months in my spare time and I have not yet finished this video. I think I like cut a lot of stuff from it too, realizing, okay, I'm never gonna finish this if I don't cut some stuff. So I cut some stuff from it, and I think it's like 10 minutes or something now. It's a 10-minute video. Working on it for months. But yeah, like it's just wild, because like you feel like you're just like you're sprinting with all your might, and it's never gonna be enough, you know. Sometimes that's just how I feel sometimes, you know. And I also feel bad because I do want to like give you guys the best that I can offer, but it's so exhausting. It's so exhausting sometimes. It's just like to the point of like people in chat are getting worried, being like, Mega, please, we want you to not die. I'm here being like, because like I'm like I said, like I'm juggling like like work, school, well, not really school, but like school's class, you know, and like VTubing, and I still feel so much guilt sometimes of like, ugh. And then if you also push yourself, right? If you push yourself and be like, if you push yourself and just like to the point of burn out, it's also not good, because then you'll end up taking a huge break. So it's just like, I feel like, what do I do? What do I do at this point? Hello, Kyoku! Hello. Where it's like, just a lot of like, what do I do? Kind of like, there's nothing else to do. You've done your best. Sometimes it's like hard to stop there. It's hard to like put a stopper when you're your own boss and be like, yeah, I've worked hard enough, and that's good enough. Because it's just really hard to like just determine like, oh, it's okay to stop. Burnouts also, like, sometimes they come out of nowhere, right? It's just crazy. And the algorithm, I'm just so confused. That's why I've mentioned it before, where it's like, I don't know if I'm made for this whole content creation stuff, you know? You gotta learn a bunch of things. For example, marketing, right? You gotta learn so much. You gotta do so much. I thought I was just supposed to stream. Streaming's the fun part. When you find out you find out that it's just like 1% being a content creator. Like streaming is just 1%. Everything else is just like so much more. Like you're like, no. Content creators, when they have to content create. I worked at a corporate job and burnt out. My health has suffered. Definitely. I'm so sorry to hear that. I absolutely understand you. I actually like really like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not cut out for corporal work. I'm not cut out for corporal work, man. Or maybe, I don't know. I suppose it depends. I'll find out once I pass the exam. I guess. Back to the fray we go. But as of right now, yeah, I definitely like felt that. Where it's just like, oh, it's so tiring. It's crazy too. We're learning about like, I guess it's no use hiding this, but like, it's psychology stuff. The class I'm taking is like psychology. Oh wait, sorry, your name is K, not Kyo. I'm sorry, my glasses are foggy and I just never bothered to clean them. Hello, K. I thought it was Kyoku. You both have blue PFPs too, blue-ish. Welcome. Welcome in. I was like, what do you mean you're new here? My chat likes to joke about that. They always like to joke about, hi, new chatter, new viewer here. Hello. Never seen you before. But this time I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, what was I talking about? No, we're looking. We're learning about like psychology stuff, and one of the things we learn is like, I believe it was Erickson, not me spreading misinformation. Clearly my reviews isn't reviewing. My review ain't viewing. But Erickson, for example, I believe like he had a theory that by 18 you should already have everything figured out. Erickson. No, Erickson is like psychology, where he says that by 18 you should already have things figured out. And it was later revealed actually that the reason he could think that is because he was quite privileged, right? Where he could like travel the world, soul search and whatnot. And then it was followed up by a professor saying like, we ain't doing that. Right after college, we like get a job immediately, like boom, job. Actually, it's also a privilege in itself. Everything's just like, you know what I mean? But like, right after college, it's like, boom, looking for a job, boom, get job. And then you're like stuck there for a couple of years. You're stuck there for a couple of years. You burn out, find another job. And it's crazy because like, I remember I was like worrying about how, oh my gosh, like how do I explain gap in resume, you know? Like why is there a gap in your resume, you know? And then like I saw this question where it's like, genuine question, why do companies ask that? Where it's like, why is there a gap in your resume, you know? And like the brutal reality is like, companies don't like it when you can self-sustain. So if there's a gap in your resume, that shows that you're fine with not having work for a while. Which means they can't really like they don't have that strong of a hold on you. They want employees where the salary is absolutely essential so that you can't just willy-nilly like, you know, be a human or whatever. you gotta be machinery material, you know what I mean? You gotta get those grind, you know? It's honestly so sad. The Viking? You chatter here, who's this flamingo? I'm not a flamingo. I can't. I'm not a flamingo. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I could be a flamingo. I could be blue. I could be green. I could be violet sky. I could be purple. I could be any bird you like. Yeah, I mostly vetted against resume gaps because it means you're the kind of person who might actually dip out of press. True, that is another thing where it's like you can afford to do that. Or if like you're like pressed at work, then you can afford to like quit. Ooh. When they say kids have to grow fast, it's not about maturity but about survival. So certainty was that I would ask you about gaps. Are you Japanese? No, I'm Filipino. I'm Filipino in the Philippines. But I can speak some Japanese because I'm an otaku. You know, as otakus, as weebs. Oh, actually, no, I shouldn't generalize. You know me. Actually, you don't know me, and you. Everything in that sentence is wrong. Bro. But yeah, that's why I was like, like in Nihon? 日本にはいないよ。日本語じゃないよ。いや、急に日本語で喋って、なんか、めっちゃ難しいよね。なんか最近、また最近日本語喋ってないの。だからまた、喋り方が、ほらね。また忘れてしまいました。はい。More common than people who can afford to do that would be people who just kind of break down and quit regardless of their capacity to afford it. That is also true. That is also true. In this job market, I suppose, you know, if the going gets tough, the tough ain't going with you. My job, I prioritized work over money. I was able to prove my worth over the quote, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that. I would think that they would like that. Like if you're... Wait. You prioritize work over money. If you prioritized work, I think they would like that, no? Yeah, but whose fault is that? Why Megu no hang out in the JP channel? I can't read or write that well, yeah, I get intimidated. I can't read or write well yet, I get intimidated. It was just so walls of Japanese text, I'm like, ah! I'm going back to the EN channel, I'm going back. I feel bad, I feel kind of bad, because like, I made that because, a couple of people joined in and they were like, pure JP, I believe, and they were just like, kinda learning English. I also feel kind of bad for my JP viewers who persist to be here because I'm not very good as a someone who they want to learn English from. I use a lot of slang. I talk very, very fast. I don't do it on purpose. It just starts going and going and going, and suddenly I'm talking super fast. So it's not good for someone who is learning English. I always say, consuming media is really good. Like, consuming media in a language that you're trying to learn and having, for example, subtitles and whatnot is really good because it, adds an element of, oh, it's fun, you know? It's not just boring textbook stuff. But, sorry, I'm, trying to hiccup, but it won't happen, question mark? But, I am not like that. I use a lot of filler words, too. I remember, we were specifically told to, avoid us and and when you're teaching English. When you're teaching English, to someone who is they're basically English is not their first language. They want us to quickly eliminate the us and the you know, they want us to dock points for that, to point that out and just not use that as much. They want you to be able to speak because ums and us and likes and whatnot, they kind of signal a lack of confidence, you're not sure, and whatnot. And so just eliminating that is good for you if you're trying to learn. Is what we were taught. What we were trained. Is it konbanwa, ohayo, or konnichiwa on your timetable? It's konbanwa. もう夜遅くなりました。はい。It's yeah, it depends. There's a lot of factors that affect your kind of how you are presenting yourself to people, basically. Do you use English from British or from American? I think that I'm using American English. I think. I mean, if I had British, it would be you know, with an accent and all that and whatever. But I don't have that. I think I use American version, question mark. I perhaps am earing towards chronically online simply because I am also, it's just the nature of my passion right now is VTubing. So I have to actually, another thing that I think is crazy of me wanting to become a content creator, VTuber, whatever, is the fact that I actually don't like social media that much. I actually kind of hate it. Actually, I know I have to market myself and I have to be present, but I want to get to a point where I don't have to do that, low-key. I just find it so exhausting to be on the internet. Say bottle of water? Bottle of water? Mega's 100% American Valley Girl English. I don't know about that. YouTube is also social media. Yeah, I suppose. YouTube as a social media is okay with me. Because videos and stuff, they provide me a lot of entertainment, you know? I was mainly thinking about Twitter. I was mainly thinking about Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Where you just kind of have to post and you read and whatnot, other people's stuff. And it's kind of exhausting sometimes, especially the trends thing that I mentioned earlier of you gotta hop onto the trend and yada yada yada. And meanwhile, my slow butt is wait, what? I'm still quoting memes from the ancient times. Not sure about my English speaking lands. Sometimes I sound weird, sometimes it sounds too good. I suppose like it's how you learned it, question mark. I need to stop doing that. It's a new habit of mine. It's a new habit of mine where I just like question mark, like question mark, question mark. I feel like I feel better saying question mark because it like adds whimsy. It adds whimsy, it adds context that I'm not hostile. Sometimes I think I struggle with tone and then I don't realize until after that I suppose my tone may have implied that I am being sarcastic or serious when I don't want to be. So I feel like I'm coping by adding like question mark to like my sentences. To be fair, Valley Girl, English is super useful in the sense that you will hear it a lot. Oh my gosh. But yeah. I only follow the trend if it's not harmful or brain rot. Unironically, brain rot I think does really well. That's the thing is like a bit saddening to me is like sometimes yeah, the brain rots are the ones that do really well. And you have to get on top of that trend. I think that's something I need to work on. You know, I think that's something I need to work on where it's like if a trend is trending, I gotta hop onto it and put a little spin to it. I don't know, maybe I'm being too much of a snob. Being too much of a snob, being like, I don't really feel like doing that. You know those like trends where you kinda just like add, like you put music and then you add text to it. I don't necessarily hate it. I'll even sometimes like watch it. But for some reason I find a problem with me doing it. That sounds so snobby, you know? You're like, it's too beneath me. It's too beneath me to do such uncouth content. I guess like I feel embarrassed to do it. I mean, I've lip synced before, it's fun. But I don't know, I don't know, I guess I can't even think of putting my own spin on it sometimes. Maybe I'm just uncreative. And I'll see a trend and I'm like, how do I put a spin on it? I don't know. And outright copying it, like, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Or something, I don't know. I'm exposing so much of myself tonight. So much. No follow Invincible, Brain Rot, nor 6-7. Gosh, I can't even say 6-7 anymore without thinking about like the tone. My kids ain't getting any social media until they learn to self-control. Honestly, that is a tip of like, you know, don't make your kid an iPad kid because like that is a tip like scientifically. I know that like it sounds like common sense, but common sense ain't common. So I guess like you know, restricting social media use for younger kids isn't the worst thing in the world, you know. Question mark is supposed to be used when you don't know or lack assurance. These days people use it for those reasons too. Yeah. No, but like I feel weird because like I don't think like I talk like this online, but I don't know if I would talk like this in conversation. I don't think I do. You know, like just like verbally saying question mark. Just verbally saying question mark. I don't think it's like a thing. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. But yeah. Sorry, we got so derailed. I feel like I had stuff to talk about. I feel like I had stuff to talk about that was like been happening in my life, but I think I forgot. Because sometimes I like think of something funny, guys. Like I feel like I'm ruined forever. I'm like content creation failed. But like I'll be in the middle of like a review and something funny happens or something crazy happens, and then I want to write it down, but I don't want to like get distracted from my review because this is a pretty life-changing event. You know what I mean? Like a life-changing exam. That's one of my like fears of like, what if I like split my time too much and the split time, not enough of it is being contributed to the studying, that I'll actually fail. So that's why I'm like reducing. Good segue. That's actually one of the reasons why I like am going to be reducing my, besides the whole re-debut thing, but I'm going to be reducing my stream times in June. Preferably it was supposed to be May. There's so much unfinished business. We have so much unfinished business, you know? I have to actually finish my Nuzlocke. I think I'm gonna rearrange my thing again because Jintai did say... Jintai said that they would, like, help me with Summoneru in my Silent Hill. So maybe I'll I'll move my Silent Hill stream. Because... because, like, I need to finish. The only thing right now, in my mind, the only thing I want to finish, honestly, Sonic Adventures, because that's just like one last stream, and Nuzlocke. I think the rest, I can just like fib it, be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna use my new model now, or something like that. My head teacher told me that when he visited the Philippines, their accent is super weird and funny. I mean, if English is not your first language, you know, having an accent, I guess is like pretty normal, right? Because I think it's already impressive enough that there's like a, you know, you have a second language, that you know a second language, like you have more than one language. That's crazy. Like, you know more than one language, you know? I don't know. Maybe you could call it funny. Like, hee hee. Hee hee. You know? I don't know what that was. I don't know what this was. Your ears or wings flap a lot. Does it float? What do you mean, does it float? Like, does it carry the weight of my body? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's got that enough strength or wind force or gust force. But yeah, I'm going to be... I think it's a good time to end the stream because once again, I am waking up early tomorrow. I'm actually so excited because, like I said, they're coming to visit. I'm wondering if I should, like, make a vlog about it or something. Because typically when I visit, we do have, like, offline collab and whatnot. But I think that for this visit, there won't be. Our schedule is pretty packed. I guess I'll, like, I'll keep you guys posted, maybe? I don't know. But, yeah, off Kai. No, not off Kai. Off Kai, isn't that in, like, America? I don't think I'm even invited. I think that, isn't that pretty, like, isn't off Kai, like, super exclusive? I feel like, you have to be, like, pretty big as a VTuber to go to off Kai. And also, it's in, like, America, right? Oh, it's a Japanese term? Dang. Ofukai? Ofukai. There's a convention with that exact name. Is that where it came from? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, what? Off Kai? Isn't that in America? That convention in America? I ain't going to America. You think I can afford to go to America? I don't think I'll even be approved for a visa to America. I was like so confused. I'm like, what? If you do call up again, you'll have to speak up in your home, Dave. Ah! I don't know, I get shy when I'm around people. Oh my gosh. I'll be like, literally, I have shared intimate details with the girlies. With my friendos. And they're like, and you're still shy around us? I don't know. I don't know, it's just scary, you know. I don't know, I think I just unconsciously do it. I think I just unconsciously shrink myself in front of people. I don't think it's on purpose. I don't think I'm like aware of that to me, my volume is the same. But it turns out it's not. You know? Yeah, they are going to come visit. They're gonna be here for a while. So that's why I'm taking a 1-week break. I am sorry to announce that I probably won't be posting during that 1 week, but I will maybe post like just YouTube community posts being like, hey, today we did this or something. I don't know if I do. If I don't, that is to be expected. Don't expect me to post. That sounded so like, don't expect me to post. No, but like, please don't expect. I don't want to give you expectations that I will be posting no matter what. Like, I might post about what we're doing or whatnot, but I was not able. Like I said, I've been trying to like meet all my deadlines, and I just started like the intensive classes and whatnot on top of everything, so I wasn't able to like do a backlog. Because like last time when I went on a break and went on a trip, like to meet my friends, like I actually like up until like before going to the airport editing shorts, scheduling them so that they go up, and it's like I never even left, guys. But no, this time I couldn't do that. I was just so tired and I didn't have the time. I did clip. I went up until like clipping like 2 or 3 things, but I never got around to editing them. I'm so sorry. But yeah, and I couldn't finish my long form video either. It's just been misses, you know, all around. But you know, and then I don't know, maybe I'll schedule a just chatting stream when I get back, be like, hi, I'm back. I know it's just 1 week, but it does feel like forever. Like I just want to like, you know, because like I do a lot of things where it's like, guys, I'll be gone for a while, and then I come back 3 days later and chat's just like, Mega, please, it's been 3 days, what are you talking about? No, but like, don't you know, like that's like in content creation time, like 3 days is like a month or something, and people have moved on. They're like, I can find anyone else to spend time with. I guess they're like, I don't remember you anymore. You lazy bum, how dare you lazy bum, you just didn't do anything, you didn't post for 1 week, clearly you're not taking this seriously enough. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, that one short blew up. Oh my god, was way too. I felt really like scared about that one, because like I sometimes just like do a short and I like put too much effort in it, and I've had shorts where I put too much effort in it, like just kind of flop, I guess, and be like, I shouldn't have done this. Because a lot of people will say like, stop putting so much effort in your shorts, like, you know, just like, you know, less is more. Work smarter, not harder. Like, it's gonna elicit the same response. Why not just like, you know, not put that much effort and time into it? You could be editing more instead of like focusing on this one thing. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those, huh? Because I like recorded a separate thing, and I was like making a script for it and being like, oh my gosh, and it's 1 minute long. Everyone's like, keep your shorts short. They're short for a reason. People are gonna scroll away. If they scroll away, your retention rate is gonna go down. Graph go down, mean bad. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then this one was like 1 minute. It was like a 1 minute short, and I was like, oh man, people are gonna people are gonna get bored. They're gonna be like, yeah, no, TLDR, too long, didn't read. But oh my god, people shrink when they get older. I'm gonna miss the streams even if it's not that long as hiatus. Hope you have fun. Maybe, yeah, after my short hiatus I'm gonna go to long hiatus, probably like a month, question mark, just to focus, because like it's really important, you know. But yeah, TLDR, my friends are coming over. I'm gonna be with them and be present, and I'm sorry that I couldn't really squeeze in the time. I could have used this time I guess to like edit some videos for you guys, but I was like, no, I want to talk to him. I want to talk to my community, bro. I want to talk to my chat. But yeah, do what you want, you'll get smarter people that can watch a full minute. True. That's what I was thinking of, where I was like, ugh, do I really want to post on TikTok? All these TikTok commenters look like they just, I don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want them. I'm like, what am I posting on TikTok for, low-key? Because, like, I mean, I guess if you can even get one articulate viewer that is on TikTok, that's a win. I suppose that's the point of TikTok. But yeah, no, sorry, I just enjoy time with friends, Miss Mingo. Thank you. I really am grateful, everybody. Thank you so much for like always supporting me, so that I can kind of somehow be okay, I suppose. You know, getting these massages and partially taking care of my health. Partially taking care of my health, you know. I'm very grateful. But yeah, that's true. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. It's just concentration is so confusing, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, and I hope you guys had fun in the stream, and I'll see you when I get back. And yada yada yada. Yes. If only we'd get her to share good for. I do share with Barogu. What are you talking about? I do. To the point of like annoyance from him. He's like, God, I can't believe you. I just can't believe that you would do this to me. Can't believe you've done this. Me sharing with Brogu, he's just, I can't believe you've done this. Alright, I'm gonna go now because I keep wanting to talk to you guys, and I need to go because I need to go to bed because, oh my gosh, it's happening tomorrow! I'm low-key scared. I'm scared, but also I'm looking forward to it. Alright? She's turning British again. Sure. Night, y'all. Good night. Don't forget me. I will hunt you down. Hunt you down. If you do. I'll be like that scene where I'm like clobbering with an axe to your door and you're screaming. And I'm like, who's Megu? It's Megu. Thanks for the stream. Good night, good night. Thank you for watching. Oh my gosh, I'm like a YouTuber now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and buy my merch. I don't have merch. I'm just kidding. What else did I say? Anyway, me next. Love you. Bruh, not the I love you. I love you with a you. Love you. I love Mubutu. I love Mubutu. Bye.